So I've waited 1 year and 9 months to make this little video. Basically, in January of 2024, I put a new blade in this razor, and this is the latter part of September of 2025. And I'm starting to notice that it's not as sharp as it once was. In other words, I have to press it a little harder, and I'm thinking that now's the time probably I'll be changing the razor. But I've had fantastic shaves up until this point. So it all started with me trying to figure out how long I could make it last longer, just more of a curiosity. And I saw some videos that would basically say that use the razor on denim. In other words, if here's your like denim leg, you just press down like this multiple times, like this. And then later, and that worked a little bit. And then looked at ones that basically say, well, you can actually use your skin, like I just did right here. My just press down on like this. And then I went through other type of investigations and such, and I said, well, if I can do that on skin, how about if I just rub it with tougher skin, like my thumb here, and press it down on this? And that worked really well. And one of the reasons I decided to go with that method is that it worked well with the way that I did shaving and such. Like I would basically rinse the shaver underneath water and then just rub it with one hand like this. And so I can continue and do it like that and continue. So starting off basically and how to make this work as long as possible is keeping the blades clean. In other words, all the spaces in between clog up pretty easily. I have a pretty heavy beard, and so it basically means that you have to rinse it quite often. And I started off by being sure that I took a little pin and I went through backwards and I cleaned it all out, and I was just real careful from that point forward. So basically, I would have just rubbing it underneath like this, and also rubbing it from behind also, and then knocking out like that. So, and then between each shaves I would do that. So I actually put a little bit of lather on, so let's go ahead and play with that a little again. So I have that here, I rinse it through here and go like this. Now sometimes I'll use my other hand, but most of the time it just takes one, like this. And I'm still getting a pretty good shave out of it right now, but it's not like brand new. And quite frankly, I don't like the brand new shaves. Kind of feel like I'm going to cut myself with the way that it feels. So in closing, this lasted for 1 year and 9 months, and it's just beginning to have some dullness to it. And all I really do is rub it against the sharpness of the blade frequently. Every time I rinse over the blade, I'm always rubbing it either with one hand or with using two hands like that. Any questions, go ahead and put it in the comments below. Please remember to subscribe and share this video to help disabled animals with donated wheelchairs.